it is 20 to 3 in the morning, and I am going to go back to bed, but I wanted to share something which has just happened with the group healing I was part of. I volunteered at the end, and we worked on my fear of the cold. The fear of the cold, which I've had, well, we all have it in some ways, I'm sure. But it has been an issue for me in, well, most of my life, as my circulation, blood circulation, hasn't been as efficient carrying warmth around my body. And in later years, due to working outside, doing markets, and with a bit of the plumbing trainings that I did, which was always in very cold places, because when you work with plumbing, it's usually, or it can be, because the central heating's not working. I've developed really bad chilblains where my fingers go swollen up, and I've also had issues with my nails, which probably isn't to do with the cold, so we won't go on about that. But with the group healing, Steve worked with that idea that the cold could be coming also from the cold, as in the lack of love or the fear of love. And I linked that back to my past, very, very past, when I was growing up. It was very useful to understand that the feeling of a cold home without heart, even though one could argue it was perfectly loving, and I am sure it was for them, but it didn't feel like that for me. And the fear of the cold, which is associated as well with drafts around the neck area, which we tapped on, drafts using any sort of blowing equipment that blows cold air near me, and the stiffness that incurs, as well as the fear of getting water on my neck, as in the back of my neck, water that is cold, that is. And just general fear of the cold, just even without the curtain, I feared I was going to get cold, and I haven't yet. And I feel interestingly different now about the cold, as in I have the possibility that perhaps I don't need to be scared of the cold, even though I haven't got much fat on me. Maybe I don't need to suffer from the cold. Maybe my body doesn't need to react so strongly about it anymore. And maybe I can be warm. And something came with the idea of the water on the neck as a feeling as strong as I might die if the shock of the cold water draws my body into some frenzy of fear and thinking it's dying. I don't know, but it feels to me that someone has died, and many of us have died, drowning in cold seas, and it feels, even though the drowning feeling isn't there with the neck, there is a feeling of I can't breathe anymore with that cold, I cannot cope with the cold. And the feeling is still a bit there, I must say. When I link in with that idea of cold water swimming in the sea, or force swimming in the sea, that fear is still there, but we don't know how I will react tomorrow morning. I could be brave enough and do it now, couldn't I? I don't want to, please don't make me do it. Okay, we're not going to do it at all. We're going to go to the bathroom, run the tap, the cold water tap, no warm water tap, and I am not finishing the sentence for the moment. Oh, the fear of the cold, what if it's cold, oh it is cold, oh I am scared. I have here a wet face cloth, wet with cold water. I am only going to do this very briefly and see my reaction on the neck, where it feels so scary. Okay. Well, that wasn't too violent, so I feel fine at the moment with the feeling of the cold on my neck. See, that feels okay, but it's not feeling like it's splashing of water. I can't cope with the thought of splashing water still, but that's doing okay. It's just the cold like this, holding the cold wet towel. Let's try it a bit lower. No, that's fine. I'm not panicking. Oh, no, let's try. Where else am I scared? On my chest, I'd say. Let's try the other side, which isn't warm. That sort of is bearable. Yeah, sort of. Yeah, well, it's alright, but it's not like a cold shower. I bet you I still can't do a cold shower. I'm sure I can't. But don't close the doors, because we don't know, this EFT could have really removed a lot of this. So we will see tomorrow, and if a miracle has happened in the night, I will post an update as a comment underneath. Sleep well, Alexandra. May you have connected dreams with the entities, with your guides, with your family in spirit who loves you very much, and with the extraterrestrials, and with the consciousness that made us all. Good night.